Good afternoon. My name is Bonnie, and I'm here to talk a little bit more to you about prevent T-type 2 diabetes. We are getting together for the first of the year. We're going to try to have group sessions, and the sessions is for like a year. So it's 6 months of different things. The first 6 months of the program, we're going to get active and prevent type 2 diabetes, prevent type 2 diabetes. Then you want to track your activities. You want to eat well. And while you're eating well, you want to make tracks of your food. Like what I found, I saw a thing where you can plan your meals by the week. Instead of trying to figure it out day by day, you should just try to plan it. And that way it'll make it so much easier. You already know what you're going to eat, so you don't have to worry about that. That's what they say that is best to do. And be more active. For instance, instead of parking in the handicapped parking space, park all the way to the end, especially in daytime. Nighttime, yes, park closer up. But in daytime, you should be more active. Try to go walking after you eat. I'm not going to say run, because I'm not going to do that myself. But walking is good. Burn more calories than you take in. So what they're saying is count your calories and then get you one of them little big things, and it'll show you what you're burning. I got one for Christmas last year. So that's how I know that. It says shop and cook to prevent T-type 2. Well, I keep saying that. Prevent type 2 diabetes. Manage your stress. Find time for fitness. Cope with the triggers. Like what they say about cope with the triggers is the sweet triggers. Things when you want to eat things that you know you shouldn't be eating, but you want it because that's what you desire to do. So you got to figure out when those things are triggering you. You got to figure out what is the reason why it's triggering you and figure out what you can do to offset it. Maybe if you want something like a soda or something, they recommend that you drink tea with light sugar, drinking coffee. They definitely don't want you drinking the sweet juices. You think that you're drinking juice and it's good for you, but if you start reading how much sugar in it, you'll know that it's not. Juice is a bad thing. They want you to drink just a little, even orange juice, they say drink just a little glass of it. Just trying to help it. This is for people who are pre-diabetic. It's not for everyone, but if you just want to stay on the good thing, do it for yourself too, so that you won't even have to worry about that. And take charge of your thoughts. Take charge of your thoughts. So I guess they're saying, think about what you do before you do it. I think that's what they're talking about. That's taking charge of your thoughts. Okay. And get support. Have a support system. Like if you got a lovely daughter and you found out a year ago that you're diabetic, she's gonna be there to support you. She's gonna be like, you'll be eating what she eats, to let her know that, hey, this is cool. We could do it together. And I think that's a lot, because if you're in something, you should want someone to be there with you to go through it and show you that you can do it.
Small matter goes a long way.
It does. And then the other thing is saying how to eat well away from home. That is challenging, because if you're going somewhere and these people got all this good food up there, you're gonna be like, but if you got support with you, y'all do it together. Just say, hey, I'm not gonna do this. I done did enough of it this week, so I'm not gonna do it like that. And then if you know you got a big event, you should really stay straight before you go to the event, because you know you're gonna fall off the wagon a little bit. Everybody do. It's nothing new. Diabetes is just like any ordinary thing. Cancer, HIV, any kind of thing. You got to stick to the plan in order to get better. But what we're trying to do is prevent it. We don't want to even entertain that. But if you're already in it, we're here to help figure out how we can make it easier for you to get through it. And stay motivated. Motivation carry a long way in anything. I'm quite sure if you're in sports and you lifting weights or doing whatever you're doing, if you're not motivated, you're not gonna be able to do it. But if you're motivated, it's like you can move a mountain. So motivation is a big key in just in life itself. And I was reading today about smoking and diabetes. I didn't know that myself, that if you already sick with this and you smoking, it could bring on more problems, make you even more, make it worse, take it out of control. So it's so many different things that I don't know myself. So that's why we're doing a group, so we all can learn together. I want to eat better. I'm not pre-diabetic or diabetic, but I still want to eat better. Joanna. Yes, she probably want to know where to get on that. So, take over too. Take over.
Okay, so with that being said, with this body, we do have a couple people here today. And so we kind of just want to go ahead and ask them a couple questions about what they know about type 2 diabetes already. And then what are some ways that they think that they can implement things in their daily lives that would help prevent that in the future. And I do want to point out that these people are young people. So this is something for everyone of all ages to be aware of so that they can prevent things from happening in the future. So I'm gonna flip the camera back to y'all. I'll start on the far left. You can go first. What do you know about type 2 diabetes just so far?
I can't say that I know type 2 diabetes very well because I don't have diabetes, but my mom does, and she was diagnosed like a year and a half ago. And I know I do know the difference between type 2 and type 1. I think type 1 is when your body doesn't produce insulin, and type 2 is your body is resistant. Like your body do produce insulin, but it's resistance insulin. And that's why your glucose is not regulated properly. And I think one of the best ways to prevent it for people who have diabetes is to cut carbs, to cut sugar, like carbs. I'm not saying completely no carbs, but too much is not good for you when it comes with anything. That's it. A lot of exercise. Exercise is good for basically everything, especially diabetes, cancer, like just any type of conditions. Exercise definitely works.
Okay.
Yes, that's as far as I know.
Okay. And next, what do you know about type 2 diabetes, and what do you think is a good way or something you can implement daily to help like combat that, prevent that?
Yes, I think with type 2 diabetes, I do have a lot of like family members with who are diabetic, and I think it comes with has like a genetic component, but it also has like also environmental pieces too. So if you do know that you have people in your family who are like predisposed to any type of diabetes or like heart problems or hypertension, I feel like you should kind of team up with them a little bit, like what Ms. Bonnie was saying, just to make sure that they're not by themselves in the things, whether it's like eating eating healthier or staying active or just trying new things to kind of combat the type 2 diabetes. Because once you get that diagnosis, it's kind of hard to, make it go away. You're always going to be diabetic. So, doing things to prevent it, like eating low carbs, low sugar, exercise, I think that's what's really important to really kind of battle the diabetes or the pre-diabetes stage.
Yeah. All right. Last person. What do you know about type 2 diabetes, and what's something you think you could do every day to help prevent it?
I don't want to think back and say the same things they said. But I do know that smoking does really make it worse whenever you do have it. And then also a way you can prevent it, I know, is well, for one of them is genetics, so I'm not sure.
That's the type 1, yeah. That one's genetic.
That one, I'm not really sure the ways you would fight that one because it is genetic. But I know the other one, it can be changed through like changing your diet and being more physically active. That's something I would say. Physical activity is it's always good no matter what.
Okay, nice. So now we'll come back to Miss Bonnie.
That was great. I am so impressed myself. Thank y'all. So, what else I need to talk about? We're gonna talk about a healthy eating plate. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Okay. This right here, and I didn't get a colorful one. I don't have a colorful one. But I thought this was interesting because I'm finding out, like I said, I'm finding out stuff that I'm doing that is so wrong. And this right here with this healthy plate, it was telling you about eating plenty of fruits and vegetables. And they said that they would like for you to eat vegetables of color. Say 9 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. Latest recommended by the Department of Agricultural and Health and Human Service. Try these tips for more fruits and vegetables into your day. Put a fruit where you can see it. That way you'll be more likely to eat it. Keep it out on the counter or in front of the fridge. Get some every meal every day. Try filling half of your plate with vegetables or fruit of each meal. Serving up salad, stir fry, and other fruits and vegetables, which makes it better and easier to reach this goal. And something else I was reading about red meat. They're saying that red meat is horrible for this. But red meat is horrible for you, period. It stays in your body so long. So they recommend that you eat more fish, more chicken, stuff like that. Not red meat. Steak is out of it. I love steak, but steak is out of it. I didn't know that, but I know it now. So I eat less steak and everything. And I love potatoes, and that's one of my biggest problem that I need to cut back on that because so much starch in those potatoes. Now I done got pretty good with eating the brown rice and the brown pasta, but I can't get off the potatoes. So I definitely need help on that because I want to do what it takes to help whoever's around me to do what they need to do. Because if they see you doing it, they want to do it. That'll help them be able to do it even easier. That's just like being kids. When a kid see another kid do something, they want to do it. It doesn't matter. They just want to do it. So just think like a kid and just do what we need to do in order to help ourselves, our family, and our friends. Because that disease is so ugly. You start losing limbs, you become blind. Just an ugly disease. I have seen people with all these kilos. Is that what they call them? when they be all popping up on their arms and stuff. I mean, they had to go through. So you don't want to get this very ugly. Don't want to have to go through the limbs after limb.
So what happens in the second part of this program in the last 6 months?
Oh, the last 6 months of the program. It talks about when the weight loss stalls, when you just be at a stand still. You can't seem to lose any more weight. It takes a fitness break. It keep telling you about staying active. Activity and exercise is the way. They just want you to just exercise, stay active, and trying to encourage you how to do things when you're away from home, out of your comfort zone, that you be able to just do what you need to do. And it tell you more about the type 2, more about carbs, have healthy food for you to enjoy, how to get enough sleep, get back on track, and prevent T2 for life. It's telling you how to do it, how to just prevent it. Don't even get in it.
So it is 6:25. With all that being said, especially about the healthy eating plate, for our audience members, how do y'all think your plates kind of line up with that? Like, do you feel like, you eat fruits every day and things, like you're doing a pretty good job of that? Or do you feel like that could be something that is something that you could improve on? Y'all can go in whichever.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Miss Joannie.
Hey, I finally got on.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I'm doing better, but my problem is that I'll get obsessive about one thing. Like if I eat fruit, then what'll happen is I won't eat just one fruit. I eat 3, 4 fruits, and then I don't have no room.
Right.
Anything else. So I have to limit for real. I think it was a good idea that she was saying about putting the fruit in front of you, but put only one, okay? Because I have a section where I have on my table where I have just a lot of different fruits, and I'm forever walking past there, picking up a fruit, or eating, looking at TV, eating fruit. Then I find out that I don't really eat my food that I really need because I've, so fruit is good, but I think somebody like me, don't be obsessive with one thing, so then you can't eat the other. That's to me, it's like eating candy. Now you eat all that candy, you have no room for anything because you ate sweets and stuff like that. So
exactly,
I'm real
everything
careful.
in moderation.
Yeah, you gotta learn that. I mean, that's my hardest thing, because I'm I heard y'all talking about the steaks and stuff. I don't eat steaks no more. I eat out now. I know pork chops is not great for you, but I like a good pork chop, But I know that for me, steaks stay in my body too long. It takes forever to digest. I mean, stomach get hard. I mean, it just doesn't good. It's not good for me. So I learned that after I eat a pork chop, the next day I usually eat some fish. You know what I mean? Something to I don't know if it's really working, but it makes my stomach don't be so full. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
And so I'm learning to eat a lot of stuff in moderation. And I'm like you, Bonnie. I love me some potatoes. I can eat potatoes any kind of way you want to make potatoes. Okay, I can eat potatoes. Potato soup. I like potatoes. So, so I have to learn. I still can't get to brown rice. I tried. Bonnie, I don't know what you do. You need to show me how to do that, because I know I should eat brown rice because I eat a lot of white rice. Because even if I eat what they call that, mixed rice, with season, it's still rice. It's still white rice, It might be a different flavor with it, but it's still white. Yeah. So, but brown rice, I don't know. I just, I don't know. It doesn't cook right for me. It's mushy, you know, it doesn't come out, you know, like white rice does. So I'm gonna
Right.
have to learn that. Bonnie, you got to do a class on on brown rice.
I sure will.
Right. That's good.
That's what I
So anyone else have anything that they want to share, like how they think their plate measures up to what it should look like?
I think one of the biggest things for me is portion control,
Uh-huh.
because it can be balanced, but then if you kind of over portion your food,
Mhm.
it can become unhealthy.
Right.
And I just want to touch on the brown rice topic. I got used to eating brown rice because of my mom. She started eating brown rice, so like it's just me and her in the house, so I kind of have to like
Mhm.
start getting used to it. And I think when brown rice, like it's either too mushy or too hard. There's kind of no in between like white rice. And what my mom did was well, our problem was it was too hard to, it was not as soft as white rice. And you know, we're Asian, so we eat rice so much. So that was very challenging. My mom, what she did was she soaked it before she cooked it.
Okay.
She soaked it for like
Oh,
minutes to kind of soften it up and then cook it. But you don't cook it. You just have to measure the water. Yeah, that makes it a lot easier to eat, and it just becomes like white rice and eventually you get used to it.
Right.
But yes, portion control.
Nice.
is the problem.
I'm
Okay.
losing you. Can you say that portion again about how to cook the brown rice? You said soak the rice first.
Yeah, soak it first, like wash it and then soak it for like 15 minutes, I would say, before you actually cook it. Like that will soften up the grain. So you
Oh,
won't
okay.
that crunchy, that crunchy rice. Like it's because brown rice is not crunchy, it's soft.
Mhm.
And if you measure the water according to the direction, it shouldn't be mushy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. I'm gonna try it.
Let us know how it goes, Mr. Ani.
I
Next
know
time we
that's.
meet. All right. And how do y'all think your plates measure out?
I think what Anna said is important, like the portion control, but I also think anything is good with moderation. So
Yeah.
obviously, if you're not ready for that brown rice just yet, ease yourself into. I know there's lots of different other grains like quinoa and things like that.
Right.
That you may be able to try. But I think if you do majority of the vegetables and then have like your lean meats and things like that, I think you can have a balanced plate, but just don't overdo it.
Yeah, for sure.
Easier said than done.
Yes, absolutely.
That is the truth. I can definitely tell you that I can test that where my plate isn't as healthy as it could be. I always work on things just like everybody else. But especially I think when it comes down to most people that don't eat very well, it just comes down to what's available to them and
Right.
what's faster. Most people will look for a faster option other than going and sit and making something. I know when I get off of practice or something off of work, sometimes I'm just like, oh, I want to go to sleep. So I'll go and make something. It's not the healthiest choice. So
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing is finding time, pre-prepping the meals, like she was saying, is a great idea. Because whenever I do that, it seems like I eat a lot healthier because it's already made for me. I don't have to worry about making anything. It's already planned out. Lose a lot more weight faster.
For you, yeah.
For me personally.
Yeah. Okay.
That is great, because that is true. And then something Johnny said about the steak, and that is true. I feel like if anything, when you eat it and it leaves you like feeling stuffed, like that steak do, it make you feel so full. So that's your good sign right there. That's not really good for you because it's not digesting as it should. You know what I'm saying? Even if you eat plenty of chicken, you don't feel the same way when you eat a steak.
Right.
It don't feel the same. And then when she said that, I thought about that, and that is so true.
Right.
So maybe maybe that's a key, something to that. I don't know.
Right.
Because that is true.
Yeah. Something I wanted to bring up personally is I feel like sometimes my plate will look like that, pretty decent, but I feel like the way where I'm prepping the food might not be the healthiest option either, right? So like for Thanksgiving, for example, I'm like, oh, I got a vegetable because I got my collard greens. I got whole grains because I got like rice and mashed potatoes. And then I'm like, oh, healthy protein. I got fried chicken. Like, it's great. And then I'm like, oh, I get like my carbs with the mac and cheese. So I'm like, oh, I'm hitting every food group. But like, it's not necessarily the healthiest way of doing that. So I think that kind of tends to be like, or that's something that people should kind of take into consideration, like, you know, how you're prepping your food as well. Because
that is so true, because they even tell you about the different types of oil, like, and they try to tell you to use less butter and margarine and stuff, because all that is fat,
right,
and it's no good. But we're never gonna be totally perfect on this. But
No.
the thing about it is, you should try to do as good as you can, because I do good all year, but when it comes to Christmas and Thanksgiving, I'm a down everything.
Right.
You know, and then I get back on track after that. But hey, it's over during those times. So I feel like if you're gonna do something bad, you might as well just go all in. Be done with that. That's my feeling. I'm not saying it work for everybody, but it do work for me, because I can just do it. And then I don't eat sweets during the year. I might make it and stuff, but I'm not going to eat it. Everybody got their own choice.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold. You're gonna make the food and give it to everybody else that ain't good for them, and you ain't gonna eat it. Body. I want to comment on something that y'all said. What I see work for me, because about the oil and stuff, we're at the point that we almost don't use oil. Because I bought one of those fryers, you know, those air fryers. And I'm gonna tell you, them air fryers is, I don't know who invented it, but girl, thank you. We buy the spray, you know, the spray butter thing, you know. And I think we got, I do have butter, and then I have the olive oil. And what I do is I just spray a little bit on there, because that's just all I need for whatever meats. Let's say if I do, you know, chicken in the fryer, I use the oil because it, you know, makes it, you know, the season sticks to it better. You know what I mean?
Yes,
but it's very light. You know, I find I have not eaten, y'all be proud of me, I haven't eaten any fried chicken. I mean, but it tastes like fried chicken when you do it in the fryer. You know what I mean? It comes out crunchy. I mean, I'm telling you, fish. I eat my fish now. I don't use the. I don't fry fish anymore. You know, because I'm not really trying to lose weight necessarily. But you know, I was pre-diabetic.
Right.
So I've been trying to work on getting mine. I'm down to 6.1. I haven't been back to the doctor yet, Bonnie, you know, but so, and 6.7 is diabetic, you know what I mean? So my numbers are coming down because I'm just doing things a little different, but I don't think you need to give up taste, you know what I mean?
Right.
It don't need to taste good. It needs to be, you know, if you want fried chicken, then you have to do a fried chicken kind of concept, you know? So that's what I've learned to do that was different. And I also found out something too. My husband grew up raising chickens. Them chickens ain't supposed to be that big. All right. So when you get a chicken leg that look like a damn turkey leg, leave that thing alone, because that tells you somebody that put some steroids or something to that chicken. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you have to make sure that your food is, you know, is pure, you know, you want the best for your money, but you just don't want to, because I think a lot of times we go for the price, you know, the cheapness of it. So I've done it, you know, you see a big old thing of chicken legs, or, you know, and it's like $5 less than the small chicken legs, you know what I mean? And so we go for quantity instead of quality. So that's something that I'm learning, you know, that, you know, the chicken ain't not supposed to be big like that. So, and I'm from the city, so I didn't know nothing. You know, if it's not bought at the store, I don't eat it. So,
right.
You know, and I just found out, yo, the chickens wasn't that big. I never knew. I thought, you know, my husband said, "What kind of chicken legs are these? What kind of chickens?" You know. So that's something that I learned, y'all. Don't laugh at me, but I didn't know what size of chicken was supposed to be.
No, but I think that's valid. Because I don't think many people probably know what a chicken is really supposed to like, the size of it, unless you probably hear something, you know, it's just not common, I guess. As common as you would think. But I think that's a really good point that you bring up about that too. So.
It just don't look correct.
Say what?
I didn't grow up around chicken, but I just know that. Oh, I didn't grow up around the chickens, but I just know that's not correct. That don't look right. I don't want that. That's too much. That's,
It takes longer to cook them too. Let me tell you. When you have to sit there and cook a chicken for an hour or something wrong with that chicken. Chicken ain't want to take no hour and a half to cook. Bake in the oven. Come on. Is it, Bonnie? You from the country, you know.
I can't wait till we be able to do like demonstration of food and we be able to taste it. So we're gonna be doing a lot of things next year because we'll be done kind of like got over the hump, be more comfortable about what we're doing and how we're doing it. This right here was just doing it, trying to educate people and get people to come in and join us, people that already know things that they can help educate us also. Because if you don't have diabetes, all you doing is just reading and you learn it that way. But if you got somebody that in this and like joining pre, you got people that's trying to struggle to get it correct. So in their struggle, they can help all of us.
Right.
And we can help them through the struggle because we could be eating with them, showing them that, hey, and I mean, we could just have a much healthier lifestyle. It's just so much sickness out here. So why not try to do something to prevent something instead of just study? If I know that this is the right thing to do, why not do it? Instead of just studying, then years down the line, something come up and you're like, oh, I had a chance to not be in this situation. But now I'm here. It's like I said, it's life. It's just everyday life because what we're talking about in this, it relates to every part of your life and areas in your life, like we were saying before. It really does. Just put it in there, and it does. It all balances out. It really does.
My biggest problem for me is what they call spontaneous eating, like outside from the house. I'm pretty good, when I'm at home, because I'm in a controlled environment. You know what I mean? It's harder for me when I have to go to like a luncheon or a dinner or stuff like that, because I have to be real conscious of what I'm eating. You know what I mean? And I be hungry. So a lot of times I be like, okay, let me eat. This ain't gonna hurt me, But my thing is that like when you eat Bonnie's food, okay, you get addicted to it. So you want more of it, And don't let Bonnie fool you. Don't let her cook one of her sweet potato pies. We in trouble. So, I have to like learn how to eat while I'm out, at someone else's place. That's my biggest problem because they don't have, they may not cook the way I need them to cook, but I have to eat something. So I'm learning to eat the least of the two, If it's chicken and pork chops, I'm learning to go with chicken, even though I want to go with a pork chop,
Right.
You always talk about the bad stuff I cook. What about that good turkey?
No, it is good. No, wait a minute. Let's don't get it twisted. The food is so good. That's the problem. She don't do no bad food, y'all. Don't let her fool you. Everything that child cooks is good. That's the bad thing. If she couldn't cook, it was then you'd be like, okay, let Bonnie bring it. I ain't gonna eat it. Everything that woman cook. Let me tell you something. It is so good that you just can't stop. When I get a pie of hers, I'm supposed to share with my husband. I can't bring a pie home because he ain't gonna eat none. I'm gonna sit there with a fork. And I thought, how many times I told you that, Bonnie? I eat it. I sit there with a fork.
Her pies.
And her
Oh.
pie, everything she eats, everything she cooks though. So, then you just have to stop cooking, Bonnie. That's the only way I can do it.
Good.